Hi, Riverside Unified Teachers. This is Christy Wong from Mountain View. Today I want to go through some of the best tips I know for Google Docs. I'm going to start by opening a previous Google Docs here. It's an essay written by my son. And I'm going to just go through and show you some of the things that you may want to know when you're using Google Docs or grading student work. To start with, we're going to go over here to File, and I want to show you something important that you may not know, which is called the version history. And so if I go down to version history, I can actually see the history on this essay. And so I can look back over here and see all the revisions that have been made, either to an essay I've done or a student has worked on. And so if I want to look back and see something that they did, I can go further back, or maybe I've just gone into my document and it looks a lot different than how it looked the last time I worked on it. By going back to a previous version, I can see maybe the correct version that I actually want. I can see the steps the student took, what they worked on in an essay that they've shared with me. And so if I have a previous version, which actually I liked better or I want to restore, I do that by clicking on the previous version and then hit restore this version, and it will basically turn it into the previous version. All right, so that's a nice little tip to know. Also down here under File, I want to show you a couple of other things you may not know. If you are looking to change your page setup and adjust your margins or your orientation, you can do that right underneath here on Page Setup, and then you can change it. If you're creating a poster, maybe you want it to be in landscape, or you want to make a smaller margin so you can fit more on your page. You can do that all right there under File and Page Setup. Also continuing here, under Edit, I want to show you a quick tip, which is called Find and Replace. If I go to Edit and Find and Replace, maybe I want to look for all the instances a student has cited someone. In this essay, my son had cited Goldman. And so what I can do is actually go to Find and Replace. Choosing this or Control F will also give me that find. And then I'm going to look and find all of the cases that I have of that. And so it will highlight it in the text for me and show me all those instances. And maybe the student did something as simply as putting the wrong name down in their citations. If they choose a replace text here, then what they can do is actually have it replace it in either the single instance or replace it in all of those. Maybe they misspelled the author's name and they need to adjust it. So this is a quick way to be able to do it throughout all of the text. All right, continuing on here, we're going to take a look at under Insert. I want to show you how to insert special characters. If you want to insert something like an arrow in your text, or maybe insert, a letter with an accent, you can do that by finding it here in the special characters. And if you find something you want to insert, by clicking it, it will insert it right into your text for you, just as though you have another text feature right in there. So you can see I created an arrow. There's lots of different special characters you may need to know. Also up here under Insert, you'll see that I can create headers and footers. Headers always go at the top, footers at the bottom, and this would be something students can use if you want them to have their name and title on every page. You can also choose page numbers, and when you do that, it will ask you to decide, do you want it to be on the right or left corner, on the bottom or top? And then you have more options here. If you want to maybe not have it show on the first page, you can uncheck that box, and so that you'll find all there under our Insert. We also have the option of inserting a hyperlink. If I select some text here and put the web address in, that will link me right to that web address. Comments I want to also talk about, because these are real important to use when you are editing or correcting or going through and grading a student's work. If you want to create a comment, you're going to turn that comment button on, and then you're going to select different sections or sentences here, and then you can create a comment over here that the students will be able to see. And so that's a nice feature for when you're editing students' work. All right, other things you may want to use here under formatting, we also see that we can format several items, but I have a feature here I'd like to show you called clear formatting. If you formatted and changed a size, added bold, anything like that in your essay, and you want to just clear all your formatting, you can do it right there, or using the toolbar over here using the button on your toolbar. All right, there's lots of other features I'd like to show you, but we're running out of time here. Very quickly, I want to show you the Explore button. This will bring up a sidebar here that you can use, and this Explore button will allow you to do web searches and find images and things you might want to insert into your document. I want to also show you the voice typing. This is a great feature. If you want to actually have it type your words spoken, you can do that. Just be careful because it will make mistakes, and so you want to make sure that you go back